Hi, everyone. It's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm coming here live from the interior of British Columbia. If this is one of your first times joining me, welcome. Make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can do that right below. Or if you're on my Facebook group, just make sure that you give StreamYard permission. I mean, if you don't want to, that's fine. I just don't know who I'm talking to when I'm going through on my live. So welcome to my Technique Tuesday. How did they do that? I know I'm a couple minutes late. All of a sudden, it creeped up on me. It's been that kind of a crazy day. I've been on the go, but it's been fun. It's been a great day. In any event, welcome. Remember, if you do have any questions at all, to reach out to me. Also, if you have any suggestions for me to do, I really would appreciate that. So it's Technique Tuesday. How did they do that? This is where I come through on every Tuesday, and it's funny. It feels like there's a troll out there. So watch that, you guys, if you're on there. I don't know what's allowing. I don't know what's going on here. In any event, we're not going to worry about it. So this is where I come every Tuesday. I give a technique, whether it's a really old technique or new to you technique or new to me technique. I'm actually gathering up a bunch more lists of techniques to do. And I found a card, and it's so funny. Hello. I found a card and I went, oh my goodness, I forgot completely about this. Now, I had done this for a Christmas card. And man, it was years and years and years ago. So when I found this card, I went, oh, I better do that technique. In any event, that's what we're doing. I'm going to just jump on down to my desktop here so that you can see what we're doing. We're doing a pieced mosaic embossing technique. Like I say, I have done this technique years and years and years ago. I had done it in two different colors. And I'm not sure if I had even gone ahead and used it I don't even know if I showed it in my club or not. It was long before I was a demonstrator. So in any event, it's a fun technique. So if you want a technique, and it uses designer series paper, it can use cardstock as well. And you can use up those scraps. But honestly, I'm just going to go make my own scraps here. But you can just use scraps that are literally on your desk, your workstation, and it'll be um, something that you're going to see that this is so easy to do. So what we're going to do is guess what suite I'm using, or what bundle I'm using. It's a suite, actually. I'm using the Zany Zoo. I love this suite. I am using colors like that lemon lime twist. When it came out before, I must be maturing, because when it came out before, I didn't really care for the color, but I absolutely love it now. So I'm going to be using that with the Zany Zoo. And we're also using the fantastic designer series paper. Now, this designer series paper is so fun. Like if you have dancers in your family, this would work great. This is just regular home skills, reading, knitting, cooking, namaste, painting. Oh, it's just amazing. This one's kind of fun. It's like all motoring around and that sort of stuff. So we're actually going to use an alligator today. And it has lots of other ones. And I guess I only brought the three. No, I brought more. I remember I had done one with the birthday one. I also did one with this camping one, which was a lot of fun. So you can see I've got lots of different scrap pieces and everything else, but I may have to go and cut some off. I don't know. We will see what happens with this. So one thing to make this particular thing, yes, I am using embossing. But you know me, I love to do embossing. And if you've got mastered the technique of heat embossing, you'll find that all of a sudden so many different techniques open up. So take a look at the colors we're using. We're using black, lemon lime twist, and white. And you know what? I thought, let's do this a little bit different. Let's do a book fold card. I don't usually put too much emphasis on the card when it comes to the technique part. But oops, I'm just grabbing something here because I think I can use this ribbon in there too. We'll see if I can. But in any event, I'm using a book fold card, so it happens to be 4 1/4 by 11, and I've scored it at, I think this is 4 inches. Yeah, I've scored it at 4 inches and 5.5 inches. And then when I fold this in like this, it's going to look like a book fold. And the reason I kind of went to this card today was somebody went and asked me for these measurements, and pretty simple measurements on here. So I'll give you the measurements as we go along. Do I know what blog or when this is going to go live on there? No. But I'll find a spot for it. So I do have a piece. And I don't really need this. Actually, I should have cut this smaller. And I'll go ahead and I'll cut that down. I had this where this came in, but I need to actually shorten that down because we don't want the extra bit in there. So it's going to be 3 3/4 by 4 inches. So this one's going to be 3 3/4 by 4 inches. And the other one's going to be, well, we'll get the layering on there. So the outside piece, and I'll just cut this down, 3 3/4 by 4 inches. And then the basic white piece, I want it 3 3/4. It's going to be 3 3/4 by 3.5. And then we've got that piece there by 3.5. I don't know what it's like in your area, the neck of the woods, but man, it was a beautiful day here in Kamloops. Just gorgeous. All right, so we have those pieces there as well. All right, so on this piece, I also have another piece of basic white. So what I'm going to do is on the front, I have 2 pieces that were that lemon lime twist, that were 2 of these pieces, like I say, that are the 4 inches by 3 3/4 inches. And then I cut a piece of basic white, which happens to be 3 3/4 by 3.5. Now I've gone ahead and I've added some adhesive sheets onto the back. So this adhesive sheets, this is how I'm going to actually get that going. And that's going to go there. And then on this piece here, no, that's not going to fit. This piece happens to be 1 1/4 by 4 inches. And you know what? I don't think I went and cut that where I wanted a piece that was going to go exactly the same on there. I'm going to go ahead and have to add that piece on in a bit. Or you know what? I might just leave it like that. We'll see how this works. In any event, I've got this piece with this adhesive sheet on it. And I'm going to go ahead and take this adhesive sheet off because this is going to be what kind of makes this particular thing here. So this is, whoops. So we're just going to take this off just like this. And then now we've got this sticky. I'm just going to put this up to the top here. I probably should have left that on. Would have been the smart thing to do. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in this designer series paper. And I've got the back parts of this. I've got white and I've got some black. I'm also going to go ahead and use some lemon lime twist in there. And I'm not going to use any black. So all I'm doing is I'm coming in with my my scissors. Oh my goodness, how can I lose scissors that easily? And this is quite a big piece to cover, so it's going to have to basically be bigger pieces. So I'm just going to come, and all we're doing is I'm just taking this paper and I'm cutting different things. And this is how I'm going to make my mosaic. So it doesn't matter what way you cut it. It's just going to be anything, any different shape. You could even do the back side of this would work as well. And just So we've got those pieces there. They should have been turned this way, but I can go ahead and put that on after. And then of course we have these pieces. So all we're doing is just cutting out some different pieces. So these are scraps that you may have on your desk, and you're just going to make bigger or different size scraps. And yes, we can turn around and we can make this so that they're bigger pieces or even a small piece. And then it's kind of nice to have this where it's got the white on it. So I'm kind of putting these into piles so that I know the different ones that are on there. So this PDF will be on my Facebook group. The Facebook group the link is just down below here. So you'd have to be a member in order to get that so that you can download it. They're all in the files section. So if you're wanting to download it, print it out, that would be great. Or you could just use it on your computer as a reference. Who knows what's going to happen with Facebook? It might just come to the point that Facebook just is going to crash. Do you remember that one day that it crashed? That was pretty devastating for a lot of people. There was no ATM. Well, I don't think it was just Facebook that crashed. It was internet and everything sort of crashed. So, and then I'm just going to put some of this. So this might take the longest out of doing it. All right. So then on this piece here, and I could come in with my silicone mat, but I don't think we really need to. So this is going to be what's going to be really, really important with this is that we leave a space in between. So from here, I'm just making sure that there's a space in between there. And then I can go and just add this designer series paper in there, or the ink. I mean, cardstock. Oh my goodness. Can't even talk. And then we'll put some of this in there. And we may have to cut different pieces because they don't quite fit in those spots. So let me just take this one, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut a different piece in there that goes, oops, we're going to need a thin piece. And that's just going to go up there. Whoops. But it's kind of neat that you can throw in, and we don't need a whole lot of the lemon lime twist. But you want to have it where there's pieces in between or spaces in between. So if I do that like that, then I can turn around and maybe put a piece like this in there. And like I say, we don't want to get too much of that stickiness off of there. Now, if I wanted to, I could turn around and also, let me put that like that. And then this piece can go right in there. Let's see. And of course, we can have this going off the edge because it doesn't really matter that it's off the edge because we can trim that out afterwards. So let's see. I think we need some more white up in that area. So are you kind of getting what I'm kind of going to do here? It's very, like I say, I'm getting my fingers on this adhesive sheet, and I really don't want to. I want to have it where it's keeping it stick on there, but we'll see what happens with this. So let's put some more of the Granny Apple Green. You know what? This can just go here. And like I say, there's so many different pieces, and you can cut pieces to go as well, right? So, yeah. So let's see. This. And I don't know if I put my Do Not Disturb on my phone. I sure hope I did. Because if it rings, we're going to have issues with my foam cutting out. All right, let's put some more of this on there. Like that. And we're just probably going to have to come in and cut some more designer series paper. This is probably the most tedious part of the whole works. So let's come in and and what I want to do is I don't want to cut any of the images, like the images on the other side. So I went and I strategically picked what colors I was going to, or what pieces of paper I was going to use. This was already cut off. So there we go. Let's go ahead and put that there. So annual catalog went live today. What's your favorite suite? Oh my goodness. I love this suite. This suite's lots of fun. I think you could do lots of different things with this particular one. I think that you could do graduation cards with this. I was thinking of doing a graduation card, actually, is what I was thinking. But I kind of backed out of that one. Go here. And we can put some more of this white stuff up here. Oops. My goodness, I don't have too much of that there. Just picking it up. All right, there. Go there. And even if you don't have it all mixed up, that's okay too. It's going to look great. Now, does that not look great already? Like, that is wild, right? Ardine, yes, I am fine. I am still a little bruised, but I am on the mend. But thank you for asking. Yeah, it was silly, but I'm good. Yes. I am not as young as I used to be. I do not bounce as well as I used to. How's that? That's a good way of putting it. Because honestly, let's see what we've got here. We're almost done here. We just want to put a couple more pieces in here. And what we're going to do is we'll end up cutting those pieces off. So let's see. I don't want that one. Let's go like this. Put that there. That looks so sharp. Look at that. You could almost leave it just like that, but we're not going to, because this is the part that makes this the technique. Should maybe put this on there. I'll just put this piece on. And like I say, this can all be cut off after. All right. So we want to make sure that that is really good and tacked down. But we don't want to de-stick that other stuff too well. Then this is where the other stuff comes by. Let's see. It's your favorite suite. You know what? It's so dang cute. All right. So here comes the embossing powder. We're going to use black. Black is not normally a color that I would use with this particular technique, but this paper just sort of dictated. So I'm just going to put this embossing powder on here. And you can see what it's happening is it's sticking to that adhesive sheets, right? Now, I guess we could have gotten the same effect with a black paper underneath, but you do get the shine in here. Now, there's a certain part, there's one extra part of this technique that is really going to make or break this card. Now, it looks like I'm going to have to trim that. All right. So I do have a brush, and we can go and we want to take the embossing powder off of our designer series paper and our cardstock, So we don't want those flecks. But you know what? I was thinking depending on certain paper, and I'm thinking more like with the earth and elements. I can't wait to get my hands on that paper. And that's sweet. In any event, I think you could leave gold flecks on your designer series paper as well. Okay, so just like that. And then I'm just going to take this and I'm going to burnish it. And burnishing means I'm just rubbing the embossing powder in. I want to make sure that it sticks on those parts. I'm going to have to tip that off. But honestly, that's what you want to do, is you want to burnish that paper in, or that embossing powder in. Like I say, you don't want to add it kind of like the way I just added it, but you do want to get it so that it's burnished in those spots that it wasn't in, right? There we go. Like I say, we're just going to take, we don't want that on the designer series paper. Now that's fun, isn't it? That kind of reminds me of that other technique called, is it Zoodles or Zoogles or something like that, is what this one kind of reminds me a tiny bit of. All right, so again, we have to heat set this. Yeah, you know what? This was my #1 order for my pre-order too. This one and the Countryside Inn. The Countryside Inn is just gorgeous. So what's going to happen now, and you have to make sure that you get it good and embossed. And think of this if it was a piece of paper, Zentangle, that's it. I never did that technique, so maybe that's the reason I don't know how to say it. But I saw somebody do it on a blog post just within the last 2 or 3 months of a blog that I was on. I thought, oh, I should try that, but still it wasn't something, I'm not that artistic for drawing, so, but Zentangle is it. All right, so now, whoa, we almost lost our black. So now there's that piece there. Now this would have been smart if I had done this and did it in such a way that it was on this part of the book binder. And honestly, I did have a piece kind of done, but we're going to trim this one off. And you know, I'm not going to use my trimmer. I'm going to use my little guillotine thing that we got as part of being a demonstrator. You get some pretty good perks. Oh my goodness. So I'm just going to cut that off. I'll cut this one off as well. And the nice thing about this, like I could have put this on with glue as well, but by not putting it on with glue, one, I didn't get sticky fingers, but two, it just works with the embossing powder, right? So there, let's see, that needs to be trimmed just a bit more. It needs WD-40 is what this needs. I will tell you that. See, this piece here was a piece that I had done, but I had forgotten to put, you know what, I'll cut that 3 3/4. And I'm going to use this and I'm going to show you what else you could do with this. 3 3/4. And it's off by a bit. No, I'll just use my scissors on this particular one. Ah, hello. Oh my goodness. So if you like this, remember to give me the thumbs up. Also share my video. I really do appreciate that when you do that. The more subscribers I have, the better off it is. and my videos will show up a little bit more. All right, so this is going to go on here, but see, it's kind of a little bit different. This is going to go onto here. Look at that. That is fun. I never would have done that in black years ago. So there's this one. Now, what I could do, and I'm thinking to myself, it kind of looks a little drab, but this is where I'm going to come in with this ribbon. And this comes in petal pink. It's a dual ribbon piece, and I'm going to tie that around there. So let's get this on here. Now, if I wanted to, I could turn around and also color this with my blends, right? But I'm not going to, because I'm going to put that ribbon on there. I got a little bit too much glue on there, so I'm just coming in, just rub some of that off. Let's just put that on there. Like I say, this is a book fold card. It's just something a little bit different for my techniques. Usually I don't do too much with the techniques. And let me just, but when somebody went and asked for the measurements, I thought, we can just do this book fold card for this. So like I say, would I normally have done this the same way as that? Yes. But I want to have this ribbon in there. And you know what? I want to tie it around twice. No, I think once is enough. And I'm just going to come in and just tie a knot in it. Now I'm going to do my trick here with the glue dots. Just like that. And then let's just put that down. And a little bit down to the bottom. There we go. And I can tie a bow on it. I'll try tying a bow. I might take the bow apart. Just doing it upside down. Let's tie it so it goes this way. There we go. Oops. This is neat ribbon. I like 1/8 inch ribbon. They used to have this in a Bermuda Bay. I loved that ribbon. It was so pretty. All right. So there's part of our book binder there. Now let's go ahead and put this on here. So what are you thinking of this technique? Something different. I can tell you what I did with the other, whoops, this is going onto the green. Well, that's not fitting. That's just going to bring this out a little bit more. Just like that. Looks, I don't know what this is. Looks finally, but cool. I'll have to try this. I'm not sure what you mean by that. All right, so then this, it is fiddly. But you know what? When you're making cards and that sort of stuff, why not try different techniques? And the different techniques basically give you different things that you can do on your cards and make some kind of original, right? Well, kind of, not kind of. They really do. All right, so there we have that. Wild card. How funny is that? And then I'm just going to come in here with my tear and tape. Oh, you know what? My credit card's at the other end of the table. I don't think this is going to work. Well, kind of works. Yeah, when I give classes, I don't bring everything over all at once. So less than 2 weeks, I will be away. Fun. All right, I'm going to put that black embossing powder because I can see that going somewhere. Put this back up there. And now what we want to do is I want to come in with my take your pick tool. I had that right here. Geez, I tell you. It's all about things disappearing. Well, I know where it is. It's down at the other end of the table. Everything is. Okay. So, like I say, this is a bookbinder card using the Zany Zoo. Or Zoo. What's it called? The suite is called Zoo something or other. I can't remember. All right. So we have that. And then I thought, you know, I could stamp, I could color, I could do all that sort of stuff. So what I thought was I cut out a bunch of these stitch circles. And I also cut out this alligator. That's great use of scraps. Honestly, did I make it into a scrap? No, there, we're going to have that go up like that. Oh, wouldn't this be fun on one of those pop cards? What are they called? I'm going to do it. So I'm going to put this on here. Putting this up here a bit because I'm going to put a sentiment right here. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and pop this alligator up. Alligator, crocodile. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, let's see. Don't forget, 9:05 tomorrow. This will be posted on the Facebook group, and the link is just down below. Whoops. That kind of ripped. There we go. So this is going to go on here. I thought that would be better on the black. And what we can do then, why not? I've got them. So I'll put this on with a wobble. You make your own wobbles too, but I got that from Amazon. So I'm going to actually pop this up and it'll wobble a little bit. So let's go ahead. Lots of fun. Oops. Trying to think where that, let's do that. And then let's take this off. Like I say, this is going to be a wobble and it's going to wobble on here. And I could put it there, or really what I could do, whoops, let's put it right about there. That. And see how that's wobbly? Isn't that fun? All right. Now what we want to do is we want to put a sentiment on there. Maybe you can help me out with a sentiment. There is a, it says you did it. What is that stamp set that says you did it? Which is a great one. It's a new one. My goodness, what one is it? Let's see. I'll just see if there's one here. Wonderful Thoughts, maybe. I really want to do you did it. You can do amazing things. No. What is that one that says you did it? Can anyone help me out? Beautiful balloons. Oh, you're amazing. Now, where is that stamp set? Beautiful balloons. And I can't find the beautiful balloons. No, it's not there. Well, that's what I want to put on here is I want to go, you did it, because I want this to be, it's my grandson's graduation from elementary school, I think it is. In any event, I want to have that on there. So I am going to wait to put that sentiment on there. This is going to come on here like this. And he likes his reptiles. And so this will go on here. Beautiful balloons. I don't even know where that stamp went to. Shouldn't be too far. This is just going to go in there. And then if I want to put embellishments on here, there are, just getting them. My phone is going off the charts here. In any event, I am going to do it with that beautiful balloons. That's amazing. Thanks for that. And then this is going to go on here. You did it. And we don't have any of these colored dots. So I was going to use those dots that we have. My goodness. You know what? I'm going to use these. I'm going to use my iridescent rhinestones. And I'm going to come in with my granny apple green. Or I could do this with black. But the black are on those essential dots. I honestly don't know where those are. I can see a beautiful balloon stamp right here. So if I went with my black, I don't know how this would work, but let's try this. This is the black. That's not dark enough. I will use the other ones and I will post this. This actually will probably post next Wednesday or Thursday on my live. I want this to be as the kindergarten, or not kindergarten, the elementary school graduation on there. But that's what's going to be there. So it's going to have you did it. It's going to, and I think I might even emboss that, and then I'll just put some gems on there. But what a fun card, right? So this is the pieced mosaic technique. And this is the part that is the piece mosaic. So hopefully you like doing that. I think to me, it was a fun technique. I've done it where I put strips down. I've cut out different dies with it, that sort of stuff. So you do have that option of doing that. But there's your card there. Look at that guy. It's so fun. In any event. All right. So if you like that, give me the thumbs up. Share my video. I really do appreciate that when you do that. If you do live in Canada and you're not working with the demonstrator, I'd love to work with you. Also, tomorrow, it's Mystery Wednesday. It's a mystery to me. I have no idea what I'm going to do tomorrow, but we'll find something by tomorrow, 3 o'clock time. It'll be 3 o'clock Pacific time. And I really do appreciate you being here. So have a great evening, you guys, and we will talk to you soon. Remember to take the time to create because it's great for the soul. Bye for now.